and a large man in an intricate set of silver armor stands up in this small crater he has just created. And he strikes a pose. He says, "Fear not, civilians, for I have come to save the day."
So I grab us by the shoulders and I'm like, they'll be fine. And then we start walking away.
As you walk away, make a perception check.
Does anybody recognize this man?
That's a 15.
As you are walking away from this, you see another man levitate down and block the way you are going. And this man says, "It appears we missed the fun. Whatever plague the lord of this town was complaining about is cleared out. I do sense malefactors, though." And
I'm still flying. No, there's not. No malefactors here.
The other man, the large man, says, "Well, that's no fun. Coming all the way out here for no fights. What are these malefactors you speak of?"
It could be anybody. I could point you in like the right direction,
Shh. The skinnier man who's levitating points to you and says, "Well, for starters, this one."
Hey, hang on a second. You're fucking flying.
Well, no shit. They
And
probably
this
have
one.
malefactors working for them.
"Though this one is of a more monstrous make than the rest."
Fuck you. I'm not a malefactor. I don't know what a malefactor is now that I think about it. I'm a box-bottom citizen and I demand to see my congressman.
"Enough of you." And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
What's 6 plus 7? Because it's that. Was that 13? 13.
You go to speak, and you feel something like clench at your mouth, but you're able to fight it off. It appears this one's more powerful than I anticipated.
And I give him a nice, sharp, toothy grin.
Can I make a stealth roll?
Yeah, you can certainly try. He hasn't noticed you yet.
Okay, yeah, just to try and make me and Lessa kind of like blend into the crowd a little bit.
Sure.
That's a 20.
You blend into the crowd rather seamlessly. Let me see about Lessa. Lessa also succeeds.
Nice.
She rolled a 17. So the both of you almost disappear into the crowd of people. The larger man pushes through the crowd and steps towards the two of you.
Can you fucking believe this? Mike, do they not recognize Isaac?
They haven't noticed him yet.
I'm trying to be as inconspicuous as possible.
Do you want to make a stealth roll too?
Yes.
How did they even know that I was a monster? Did the guild...
You yelled out into the crowd and made a scene?
So they just assumed based on my appearance and my gills and my fins and my teeth that I was a monster? Rude.
13.
13. The skinnier man who's levitating says, "Well, this is peculiar. It appears the wanted one is here as well. I'd heard rumors that you were heading in this direction. You know, there's a rather large bounty on your head. A lot of good men were killed by you and your little girlfriend."
Isaac just keeps his mouth shut.
"So I suppose I have you to thank for stopping whatever was going on here. I mean, I got to admit I like your style. Just the right amount of destruction." And he points
Is
to the
muscular
rubble.
man saying this?
Yes. And as you get a good look at him, he has his hair pulled back into a short ponytail, blonde hair, and a very chiseled face with a very neat beard on it. He's got a scar running horizontally across his face, and he appears to be half giant, if you were to guess, just based on his size and his muscle mass.
I mean, he sounds cute under any other
What
circumstances.
does the other guy look like that's floating next to me?
He's floating probably about 60 feet off the ground, just surveying the scene. He is a skinnier-looking elf with long black hair and fair skin. He is wearing robes, but above his robes is the same kind of silver plate mail that he's wearing for protection, and he has what appear to be thick silver gauntlets on his wrists, or shackles on his wrists, I should say. I
have two very important questions.
Yes.
Fedora, yes or no on Skinny Man?
No, but he probably owns a samurai sword.
Follow-up question. Skinny Man again. Rat hands?
No rat hands.
Rat face.
Rat face.
Fuck him.
Yeah, the garden? Have I ever seen the garden before? Or is it just Isaac?
Just Isaac.
It's pretty dope, though.
Have I had any experiences with these fellows?
You know of the Inquisition. You don't know these officers in particular, but you could tell that they appear to be elites.
All right, fine. You know, you seem to know, you think you know generally who we are. You definitely know him. Who are you? I'd like to know who I'm fighting before I kick their ass.
I ain't kicking no asses right now. Me and Isaac are not with you.
No,
we're backing
not at
up.
all.
I turn to Isaac for a high five. and he's not there.
The large man says, "Oh, how rude of me to not introduce myself. You see, I just assume everyone knows who we are. Great heroes, you know. My name is Captain Turles."
Right, jot that down as Captain Turdless. All right.
Immediately.
And he gestures towards his companion in a wide pose. And he says, "And that is my companion, Eoreth. And while he's not a captain, he's my right-hand man, and I consider him a friend."
Can I get an insight on how Eorith feels?
You don't even need to roll insight. You can tell that while Eorith takes what he does seriously, he doesn't really put a lot of stock in Turles. Think like a Kif from Futurama.
I spit on the ground at their names.
Ooh, do you know who they are?
Oh, I don't want to antagonize them, though.
You don't know who they are?
You know, you should show respect to those who are better than you.
This cocky son of a bitch.
I glare at him for a moment.
You're right, we should, so fuck off.
Captain, can we just take them in? I'm tired of this game that you're playing. And the captain says, No, let's be good sports about this. They helped us out, so I think it's only fair we give them 10 minutes.
To do what?
Make this fun for me.
This is like a sport to them. I don't like it. Dude, can I fucking ollie out back to my house? I am feeling good.
Isaac sprints away.
Yeah, Isaac, you start running, and your caravan party joins up with you. Sarge runs alongside you, the rest of the caravan, even Marla, the guard captain, follows after you.
I start taking off after Isaac as well.
So wait, hold on. Which way are you guys running?
Away from them.
Yeah, but which way?
I don't know. Like,
So
literally whatever direction they're facing, I'm heading the opposite direction.
which way is that?
They're blocking the north.
Which is the way to, like, the main gate?
There are other exits, though.
Okay.
How many people can fit in a 10-foot circle, do you think?
4?
If you're gonna fight them, I'm gonna tell you don't do that. That's a bad
No,
idea.
I was gonna cast Tiny Hut because we can stay in there for 8 hours, and you can't go in if you weren't in there when the spell was cast, and it takes 10 minutes to cast.
They'll just wait for us to come out. I'm sure they know what this spell is. I still have a spell. I'm gonna cast Disguise Self.
Okay.
But you're still flying.
No. I go down on the ground because it's gonna require concentration anyway. As I'm running beside Isaac, and I'm gonna make myself look like a tiefling. No, I'm gonna make myself look like a human. I'm retconning that.
I was gonna say, if it's a non-human race, that's probably a bad choice.
Okay, yeah. The Inquisition is like mostly all humans. Although, no.
Well, no, there's
You're
a
just
giant
half
and an elf
giant
here.
and an elf. I'm gonna make myself look like an elf.
Okay. You cast a spell and change your shape as you slip in between the crowds, disappearing as you do.
Are the 2 Inquisition guys pursuing them at all?
No, they're letting them go. And as you watch this scene unfold, Eoreth floats down next to Turles and says, "Are you sure that's a good idea? You know how mad she gets when you let them go." "Ugh, it's nothing. We'll only need a couple seconds to catch up anyway. Fetch the dogs." And Eoreth snaps his fingers, and 2 portals open next to him, and these massive hounds step out of the portals.
The second I hear dogs, we're going to start subtly making our way in the opposite direction of the rest of the party.
Okay?
What kind of dogs?
These are called blink dogs.
I polymorph into a sparrow when I go towards Isaac.
Yeah. You guys are running down the streets past the manor, Lord Vinland's manor, and Marla says, "Come, they have horses in the stable. We'll get you some and we'll get you out of here."
Okay, let's go.
Lessa and I are going to try and make our way back to the place where we entered the city from this last time.
Okay.
That hole in the wall.
You'd have to go through, like, the sealed
The quarantine
door,
district.
Oh,
quarantine district.
that's right, because of the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only exit that way is the main gate.
I guess I'll go towards the main gate.
Okay. As Marla leads you and the party towards the stables, there are about 6 horses in this room, and...
Just describe to me, who else is with us right now? So we have Sarge, Sen.
You have Sarge, Sen, you have Marla, who's not coming with you, you have Lenora Rathands, you have Delilah. I think that's it.
Delilah can stay behind for all I care. Right? We don't like her. She's
It's up to you guys.
She's probably still got a black eye from when I hit her.
And then Lessa and Kako, but they went off in a different direction.
Yeah, why?
I don't know.
Are you going to meet back up with us?
Yeah. It probably just,
Can I cast message to Kako and be like, did you make it out okay?
What's the range on that?
It's 120 feet.
Yeah, he's way out of that range.
fuck.
I cast it thinking he's with us. Anyway, are you okay? No answer. Hey, Marla, do you have like a band-aid or something?
Just
Like some bandages?
I have a single health potion, but it's all I have on me. I brought it into battle.
Is she looking okay? Does she need it more?
She looks fine.
Can I have it?
Yes, help yourself.
Thank you. Oh my god. I slug it.
I know you don't have time, but give me just one more minute. And she runs up to the house.
Are we waiting for her?
I mean, I'm going to try to get as many things prepared as I can in the meantime.
Yeah, Sarge helps you, like, untie the horses and get them ready, gets everyone loaded up.
Okay. Is this just a regular health potion?
Yeah, it's just a regular health potion.
It's 3d4. Isn't it 2d4 plus 4? Or is it 2d4
Yes.
plus 2? I'm back up to 12, baby. I drink that, and I also help the party, like, get together.
It doesn't take you guys long to get all these horses ready and get everyone loaded up. And as you do, Marla comes from the house, and she's holding something in her hand. And she hands you a scroll and the seal of Merrick Vinland. It'll take time for word to spread of his death. If you run into trouble along the way, this should get you out of it.
Thank you for
Thank
everything.
You saved this town.
If they ask, tell them you weren't with us.
Okay, I wish I could repay you in more ways than this, but you have to go. Sookala, are you going?
I am polymorph. I can't go. I cannot leave Bog's Bottom.
They'll kill you if you stay here.
The people here need me. After all that's happened, they need me here. They don't know how to get through my rock. I'll be fine. I've lived probably at least 300 years. Oh my god, it all blurs together. But those little douchebags aren't gonna stop me. Does that exist in this world? That's probably not an insult, 'cause it's not a real thing. I'm not scared of them. And even if I die 300 years, it's pretty impressive.
Sookala.
I mean,
You guys, and I hate, don't tell him I said that, like, he's not here, but this includes Kako. Y'all are the only friends I've ever had. Most people don't want to be friends with a monster.
I get down from my horse and I give Sookala a big hug.
And I hug you back. Isaac, this is for you. I took this off of Mind Flayer.
Onrok?
Yeah, I hand him the gem.
She hands you the parchment-wrapped crystal that she picked
Yeah,
up
give
off
him more
Onrok.
weird rocks.
Don't open this yet. It gave me weird. It's weird. But when you're safe, investigate it. Figure it out.
Oh, okay.
I need to protect this town. And if I can't protect them from the Inquisition, I can at least protect them from each other.
I know. Well, if it's what you want, but I want you to know that you're one of the best friends I ever had too, and Weedy was such a treasure. I'm going to take this citron off my back and I'm going to give it to you. And it's one of the most precious things to me, but I want you to have it.
This is, as a gesture, this is so nice and so amazing. But you need this.
No, it's okay.
I'm not taking your instrument, Whizz.
Take it.
Alright, I take it, and then I put it back on Whizz.
No, Sookala, keep it with you.
It's sentimental.
If you
Fine,
ever
I'll
if you ever
take it.
feel lonely and you're thinking of me, just give it a little strum.
I can't speak. I just turn away from you, but like you could tell, like I'm holding back as
Oh, that's
as hard as I
tsundere.
can.
Oh.
That's tsundere right there.
Boy, I hug you.
Yeah, tears are just streaming down my
Aw.
face right
Sarge
now.
approaches and says, I don't mean to break this up, but we are running short on time.
I hug them both again.
Oh, Sookala.
Don't you fucking die.
We'll come back to visit you.
They'll try. They'll fail. And I'll probably be here for the next couple decades or so come see me again.
Sen approaches you and gives you a hug. And he hands you his shiv from the prison and says,
Yeah.
I'm going to come back for this.
Okay. Alright, I fish around in my bag, and I pull out a gladius, because it represents, and I tell him, so this represents loyalty and strength of character.
It's also a fucking sword.
He takes it and he tucks it into like his breast pocket.
And I take the shiv. Come back for it.
I will. It's a promise.
You don't know where I live. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. We'll meet at the prison.
And then everyone jumps on their horses
And I run off into the woods.
and ride out of town. Kako, What are you doing?
Okay.
Besides not being there for the heartfelt moment, the first time I did not cry.
I'm just gonna look over at Lessa and quietly explain, look, it was a tactical decision.
I don't understand the tactics with this one, though.
Everybody was looking at the weird blue people. We at least pass for normal people when we're not.
They were gonna let us go, though.
Okay, but they're
Sookala's green.
I don't fucking. It's fine. You're not here, okay? Yeah, and your face is on a bunch of wanted posters and shit. Look, I was just trying to get us away from the bad people, and they started running away, and now the bad people know where they're going. So we're just gonna have to meet up with them later. And we walk up to the main gate.
Yeah, okay. I feel like we need to warn them about the dogs.
We will find a way to do exactly that.
All right, where are we going?
To the main gate to leave.
We're at the main gate, but where do we go from here?
Is it open?
Yes. Can't you see?
I was asking you, Mike, but okay.
No, yeah.
See with your elf eyes.
The gate is open. It looks as if it's been smashed to pieces, actually.
Are there any guards or anything around here?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
They all pieced out.
No, the only guards, they're the only Inquisition members you've seen are the two that came from the tower.
Fuck, what about Phineas and Flo, man?
They're probably still way down in the tunnel.
Yeah, his leg was broken. How are they going to get back up?
When his leg heals in 6 to 8 weeks, the Inquisition will never find them there. They have rats to eat. It's fine.
Okay. Well, using my superior rangeriness and tracking skills, where was the party going after this anyway?
South, towards the border between the two countries.
Okay. So,
We knew this town was the last stop on the way.
reasonable conclusion. We're going to start heading south and catch up with them eventually.
Yeah, you begin running towards the south.
Off the main roads.
Yeah, away from the main roads. There's nobody out here. It's desolate out
They
here.
have a flying fortress.
They do, and
But
you can
aren't
see
all
it
the
from pretty
stone
much everywhere.
statues cured?
So as you look around, you can see a couple of confused people wandering around from being turned back.
I want to explicitly avoid the area where Les's father
You
was.
see a man with a bag over his head stumbling around, yelling, but he's tripping over himself. You know that's Les's father, but she doesn't notice.
Okay, I'm gonna just start talking to her kind of loudly, and then we're just gonna keep walking.
How far away were we from the border?
It was only another day's ride.
Okay.
This was a resupply stop.
We gotta book it.
Hey, all that, and we didn't get any more supplies.
If anything, we expended all of our supplies.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and as you make your way around the gate, you arrive just in time to see the rest of your party on horses booking it out of the city, probably about 300 feet away from where you are.
I don't even have thaumaturgy. This sucks. All right, we're just gonna keep moving in that direction.
Yeah, yell thaumaturgy. Hey, we're over here.
We could hear you if you yell out enough.
Hey guys!
You guys hear Kako yelling from behind you, coming up through the brush off the side of the road.
Pull back the horse that I'm riding to pull to stop.
Yeah.
You guys didn't get me a horse?
Up on.
Shut up and get on the horse.
Okay, we get on the horse. I explain, hey, they have crazy monster dogs to hunt us.
You know what they are. You recognize these beasts as blink dogs.
Yes, they have blink dogs to hunt us.
Would I know what that is?
No.
Can I describe what that is?
shit.
Yeah, basically they're dogs that have the ability to leap through portals to hunt.
I'm gonna get off my horse and hop on Isaac's horse so that you and Lessa can ride together.
Good. That is an always.
Oh my god, I snapped my reins.
Yeah, you guys begin riding
Get the fuck out of here.
towards the border. The 10-minute time limit elapses. And you guys begin to hear sounds of portals opening up and beasts jumping through them as these dogs are hot on your tail.
So this Inquisition, does it respect territorial borders?
You know it doesn't have any jurisdiction in the south.
Okay.
That's why you were heading there.
Fortunately, it seems that at least two of us are doubling up, so we can ride in shifts.
How far away are the dogs?
They're probably about 100 feet back, but they're slowly gaining on you.
Whizz, I need you to take the reins.
Okay, I take the reins.
I'm gonna try to snipe him with Eldritch Blast. 23
Yes.
and 15.
Yes.
8 for the first one, 13 for the second one.
Yeah, you fire these eldritch blasts off the back of this horse towards the dogs that are running after you, and you manage to hit both of them, and they stumble to the ground before picking themselves up and stepping through portals again and disappearing from behind you.
I'm gonna watch until they reappear.
I'm going to cast Minor Illusion of trail marks that are heading in another direction, and I basically want them to be kind of like diverting on our path when I see the next like trail that kind of leads off.
Okay.
And I just want it to be like, you know, horse tracks kind of mimicking ours, but basically them going in a separate direction.
These dogs, after a couple minutes after having stumbled, reappear, but you see one of them trail off in a different direction, having noticed the other tracks you've placed. So you're still being pursued by one of these dogs.
Okay.
Nice.
I can also try to cast Fog Cloud, but that'll be on a point, and we're going a little bit too fast
I
for that
have
to matter.
300-foot range on Eldritch Blast, so...
Could I...
Oh, okay, we can keep firing it off at this dog if you want to.
I need someone to roll a d6.
We all roll a
Still your
d6.
2.
What do we get?
I also rolled a 2.
The blink dog reappears and jumps onto the back of the horse that is carrying Sen and Lenora.
No,
No,
not
And-
Senator Towns.
Ratans.
And you see its teeth sink into like Lenora's leg. And she like screams in pain and it begins to like punch the dog, but it's not letting go.
I forget what the limits of prestidigitation are. Could I cast prestidigitation to make it look like a face is growing out of the horse's butt? Just to try and spook the dog a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, you cast prestidigitation to make like
Like a monstrous looking face kind of just like reach out?
it's not like a, because prestidigitation's kind of basic.
Yeah.
So it's not like a very convincing face, but you make like a bah pop out of the side of this horse's ass. He doesn't buy it though.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Yeah, he rolled
do
a
your thing.
19.
I get spooked by it a little bit. Ah. Can I lean over and try to use Shocking Grasp?
Yeah, if you want to like pull your horse up
yeah.
next.
Since I'm steering, I'm gonna kind of like pull my horse over to
So make an attack roll.
21.
That's a hit, yeah.
13.
You cast Shocking Grasp on this dog, and it like lets go almost immediately and falls back off of this horse, but before it like tumbles to the ground, it disappears through a portal.
It's gonna keep coming back. I can keep shocking them if they come back, but I don't know how well that's gonna work
I
out
was
for
gonna
us.
say, I got cantrips for days.
I have cantrips for days as well, but they're mostly like, hey, put on a show and dance with your friends.
Well, I got plenty of damage spells.
Oh, okay, cool.
And you guys ride for a couple minutes, and it's quiet. The dog doesn't reappear.
So, as nice as these horses are, maybe proceeding in the brush would be safer.
We need to cross the border as
Yeah.
fast as possible.
How would we know how close we are to the border? I mean, I probably wouldn't, but
It said it was a day. He said it was a day's ride.
It was a day's ride in the caravan. With just the light horses at top speed, you guys are looking at maybe 6 hours.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
it's only probably been like 30 minutes since then, right?
It's not been very long.
Okay.
Yeah, we could probably keep trying to do this.
I'm gonna, from every 10 minutes or so, I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion to kind of like throw off the trail and kind of use it to like wipe away our prints. And then I'm also going to use it for, you know, trailing our path in like different directions.
Sure.
And stuff.
You begin to cast these minor illusions to try and throw the scent from these dogs off. And before long, you guys have ridden for an hour and a half and nothing's happened. You haven't seen any sign of the Inquisition or any of their dogs.
How far away? We can still probably see the garden though, right?
The garden, yes, it hung high above the town of Bog's
Yeah.
Bottom. Like a terrifying guardian is staring over the land. No matter where you go, you are unable to escape its gaze.
I don't like it. Anybody have any ideas?
We keep riding.
Yeah, we keep riding until we have to abandon the horses. I think continuing to do the minor illusion thing would probably...
Yeah, I'm gonna keep watch as best I can.
Okay. I mean, the thing is, my Minor Illusion... Did Mike just roll?
He did.
I'm scared.
He's also got an unsettling smirk on his face.
Are there other roads nearby?
There's not a lot of roads out of this town. There are small paths that lead off to different
How
areas.
dense is the brush?
Dense. Nobody comes out here.
Damn.
So the thing is, Minor Illusion is actually not going to help us this much because the range is only about 30 feet.
Well, yeah, but if you keep regularly doing it... Like,
Yeah, but once you leave
Once
that
we
range,
leave
it's gone.
30 feet, it's gone.
You said there's a lot of brush, like thick brush?
Yeah, this is,
How close is it to like the path we're on?
it pretty much almost overtakes the path once it gets to the side of the road.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Firebolt a few times and try to ignite some of it.
Yeah, you cast.
No, that's just gonna flare up the forest and it's gonna like send up a beacon of where we're at.
It's also gonna prevent them from getting past it easily.
Then we'll like knock down a tree in front of the pathway, but don't send up a
I
beacon.
can assure you they know where we're at.
You know more about these guys than I do, so I'm gonna trust you, and I'm gonna like let go of his hand because I assume I like reached out to stop him.
Yeah, you cast Firebolt into the brush a couple times, and before long, it's dry brush. It catches up, and you've created a huge blaze behind you. The smoke can be seen for miles around, and you see a portal open in front of the path in front of you, blocking your way, and holding on to the back of this dog, you see the elf man, Eorith, pull himself through this portal.
Oh, you can travel with him.
How far away are they?
What?
They're about 100 feet up the path, and he is preparing a spell in one of his hands.
Hey, maybe we run into the brush?
I take aim and fire Eldritch Blast at his head.
Yeah, make an attack roll.
20 and 14.
First one's a hit, the second one is not.
Okay. 15.
Yeah, you hit him for 15 points of damage. He seems pretty unbothered by this attack, and he waves his hand in front of him, creating a wall of flame between you and him.
So I grab Lessa, and we jump off the horse.
Where are you going?
The walls of flame are now in front of us and behind us, correct?
Yes.
But the brush is still kind of open to our sides?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go into the brush.
You almost disappear beneath this thick brush. It's so thick.
I certainly do. I have...
Should we follow Kako?
I mean, we're not going to go into the wall of fire because we'll die. None of us have health.
I'm gonna cast Fog Cloud on our point and escape off into the brush.
You disappear into the brush. I need you to make stealth checks.
Fuck. Has everybody else broken formation at this point?
Yeah.
You guys do what you want first.
Okay. Fuck.
Maybe I should have done what I wanted
20,
to do.
14, 16. Well, everyone in the caravan party passes. I didn't get anything below a 15.
Okay. I got a 10.
9.
I mean, luckily with the combined efforts of your caravan party, you guys are able to slip into this brush and disappear beneath it.
Were we leaving the horses, or did we take them?
I think we're leaving the horses.
I hop off my horse and I walk up to this wall of flame and I draw my sword and thrust it into the ground.
He drops the wall of flame in front of you. Have you come to surrender?
If you let the rest of them go.
You know, she has been wanting to see you for quite some time. It's not my call to make, though.
Did I notice that Isaac did not come with me in the fog cloud?
Make a perception check, because with your passive perception, you did not.
15?
Yes, you did notice that he did not follow you.
Oh my god. I'm not gonna leave without him.
Yeah, you turn around and walk back up to the path to see Isaac in a stand down with Eorith.
Well, I'm gonna give you Mantle of Inspiration. Gives you 8 temporary hit points and a bonus action to move without provoking an opportunity attack.
I like to imagine there's just a person dancing in the woods next to this, like, cowboy standoff.
No, I mean, Mantle of Inspiration, I just come up and I touch the person.
What are you doing?
I'm not gonna leave you behind.
Well, look, now there's 2 of you. Seems like your deal's off the table then.
I clench my fists and I start to reach towards my blade.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. You're more outmatched than you realize.
You either let them go or I'll fight to my last breath.
You're wanted, dead or alive. I don't care how I bring you back.
That's fine, but I imagine it'll be a lot better bringing you back alive.
Oh, I'm sure. The lady would love to get whatever information she can out of you herself, but I don't think she'll be too broken up about it.
Do you really want to chance it?
Dead or alive. Those were the words.
Self-sacrificing bastard, don't do this.
How close are we to each other?
You guys are about 75 feet apart. If I'm being honest, it doesn't look like the 2 of you could put up much more of a fight.
How close are we to the brush?
The brush? It's like 5 feet in either direction of the road.
I grab Whizz's hand, I drag you into the brush with me.
You can't run.
I wait a few seconds and then I cast Firebolt behind me.
So you're just trying to burn the brush behind you?
Yeah.
Okay, you run into the brush, casting this firebolt behind you. the fire you previously set quickly catching up on this side, and you see behind you, from above the smoke, Ioreth levitating above the scene in pursuit of you.
Up ahead, I'm gonna quickly grab like Sergeant Sen and just be like, hey, if I'm being honest, it might be easier or like better if we break up a little bit so we don't all get captured.
We've all gotten this far together, though.
Well, yeah.
Okay, if that's
They're
the
not
plan.
really hunting you.
If that's your plan.
So I say you take the not Sen and one other person.
Delilah and Lenora,
Yes.
who is having trouble walking with her wound through this brush.
Okay, so you take Delilah, Sen takes Lenora, and then we all split up into 3 groups. And then I meet back up with them, and then we all try and make it back up on the other side. Good
Fine.
luck.
Good luck.
Can I pot shot him as I'm running?
Yeah, go ahead. Just make one roll, and we'll see like how it goes.
Okay. 18.
Yeah, you're able to wing him with a couple shots as you run in his direction.
10.
Yeah, so you wing him with these shots pretty well as you guys are being pursued, and eventually you meet back up with Kako, who is waiting up ahead, having split off from the rest of the group. Ioreth is still hot on your tail. He ends up levitating back to the ground, unable to keep his flight up as you were taking pot shots at him, realizing it's leaving him out in the open, and he's having a harder time tracking you.
How much distance were we able to cover?
Probably about like half a mile.
With my superior abilities in this terrain, would I be able to get us through even faster?
Yeah. And why don't you make a stealth check for me?
22.
So not only are you able to get through this area faster, you are able to like find paths that keep you out of the line of sight of the direction Ioreth was coming in. You can hear dogs barking in the distance, but eventually the dog barking gets quieter behind you, as it appears that you've been successful in navigating them away from the path of Ioreth and his hounds.
Are there like stones nearby?
Sure.
I'm going to pick up a handful of them and cast light on each of them and hurl them as hard as I can, like off in different directions.
Okay. You're just trying to create like distractions.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you hurl these off, and eventually, as you throw them and they hit the ground, you hear like dogs zoom in on that direction, and then they get quiet as you get further away.
Why did you come back?
You know why I came back. And Whizz kind of looks at you with like a hopeless desperation almost, but he still kind of looks like happy to be with you.
I love Whizz so much.
God damn it.
You guys keep this up, and eventually you can see the border crossing. You can see your other companions. They're held up at the border arguing with guards.
Why didn't they just break into the country?
And you can see like their guards pretty much like patrolling this side, especially now that there's like fires burning behind you. You've caused quite a scene in this area specifically, and with the garden hanging above, they've created kind of a wall.
I'm gonna walk up very presentive of myself. I'm gonna try to like make myself look as good as possible. And I'm going to cast my feature, which is enthralling performance.
Okay, yeah.
And
Don't we have a note that will get us across?
yeah, I'm doing something.
I'm here
So
for
it's basically the charm person spell, but all chosen humanoids within 60 feet must make a wisdom save against the spell or be charmed in the last 1 hour. And I'm going to kind of like present myself and be like, fellas, there's what seems to be the issue here. There's no trouble at all. And then I'm kind of like soothe them by singing Got the Magic in Me. Like, every time I touch the shadow. Yeah.
They fail.
So they're charmed?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to show them the insignia of the Lord.
You're with Merrick Vinland then.
Yes. Yeah, there's no trouble at all. He sent us over here.
Business in Torellia then.
Yep, business as usual.
I know better than to turn away people of Mayor Vinland.
Yes, and if we're being quite honest, please do keep it on the down low that we crossed the border. We're on top secret mission from Merrick himself.
All right. Not sure what he could need of such importance here in Torellia, but
You're doing your civil duty by keeping this quiet.
the seal checks out and we won't question it.
Yeah.
You're free to pass. And then as you guys walk over the border and make it probably about 100 feet into this new country, you hear someone yell, "Stop them! Those are illegal criminals wanted by the Inquisition, wanted for murder." And the guard at the side looks him up and down and says, The Inquisition has no authority here in Terelia. Turn yourselves around. Haven't you seen you've caused quite a mess back there? It looks like you've burned the whole forest down.
Nice.
I'm just picturing Whizz turning around and going, like, flipping the double bird.
I am gonna like turn around, and if he can still see me from this far away, I'm gonna give him a wink.
Celebrate while you can. Just know that wherever you go, you'll never be safe. We will find you eventually.
No.
And he steps through a portal and disappears. Sarge lets out a big sigh and says, well, this sure as shit wasn't the way I expected this caravan party to go. Expected a nice easy job down to the south, and now we're wrapped up in all this mess.
Agreed. I literally had no idea that the material plane was this fucked up. Like,
I fall to my knees exhausted.
I could tell you quite a few tales about how fucked up this material plane can be. But for now, we should relax. We're not far from the next city.
I see that Bratans is limping, and I'm going to try to help her, like, bandage it up if nobody has yet. Lenora.
Yeah. You bandage her up, and you guys begin the kind of long walk towards the city. The rest of your journey is pretty uneventful.
I'm going to take Lessa aside, and just be like, are you okay?
Well, I knew I was on the run when I left Shalarim.
Mm-hmm.
But this is kind of big. This is bigger than I thought I was getting into.
Yeah, a little bit. More specifically, are you okay after the fight with the weird squid man?
I don't know what I am anymore. I have this power, but every time I tap into it, I just hurt people.
Do you know what a warlock is?
Well, yeah.
It sounds like you've got another creature up in your business.
Excuse me?
Oh, no, my God.
Some sort of weird extra dimensional being.
Does that mean I'm never going to be able to control this?
No, there are plenty of people who control this sort of thing.
I'm going to chime in as I hear them be like, no, baby, it's like you just got primordial power surging through you. I heard the thing talking.
What?
I heard what the thing was saying when it possessed you.
I don't remember anything about any time I use those powers, I black out.
And so
you were speaking raw primordial. That's right, my guy. What were you gonna say?
And we have no idea what you said. I am gonna help you find someone to help you control whatever's going on, and then.
But I know what she said.
You could choose what to. This one's crazy. She took like 2 points of madness.
No.
It was
I
so
swear.
insane that we don't know what was said.
Babbling incoherently.
Can I?
Fucking,
I'm going to relay to you what Lessa said.
I'm gonna take Whizz aside again.
Hey, honey.
Be like, hey.
Hey, what's up?
Maybe we shouldn't tell her that the creature that's giving her this power is also a weird doomsday monster. Maybe we should figure out more information before we, give the girl a panic attack.
You want me to lie to her?
No, just don't say what she said until we know more.
So, not saying anything is better than telling you the truth.
Not saying anything is saying things that you don't know what you're saying. Because you could tell her a bunch of stuff now, and then we find out in 5 years that you were wrong, and then she's got a complex, and then we have to live with that.
And then as you guys are bickering, as you make your way down the road, you eventually arrive at the gates of a city. And it's much larger than the hamlet of Boggs Bottom that you've been staying in. And Sarge turns to you and he says, well, this is the last stop. Welcome to Ashvale. Well, this is it, folks. After 10 episodes, we have finally made it to our destination, the city of Ashvale. Our heroes have run into a few bumps along the road, as has our podcast, but thank you for making it this far. We really appreciate it. And if you like what we're doing, don't worry, this may be the end of Book 1, but there are still more adventures to come. In the coming weeks, we'll be releasing a in-between episode that wraps some things up from Book 1 and sets some things up for Book 2, so be on the lookout for that interlude before we kick off Book 2 in the city of Ashvale. If you have enjoyed our adventure so far, please follow us on Twitter. We really appreciate it. It helps us out immensely. and tweet at us using the hashtag TroublePod. And if you like us enough, consider leaving us a review on iTunes or Podchaser. It helps get the word out about our show, which just helps bring more people into this glorious adventuring party. I'm going to keep it a little short this week so that we can wrap up everything we need to wrap up. But I do need to thank Andromeda for the awesome track, Light Years From Home. It has served as our theme for all of Book 1, and we will continue to be using it for Book 2. So if you enjoy their work, please go check them out at andromeda.bandcamp.com. For the last time in Book 1, I am your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, Mike, and I'll see you in Book 2. Well, this is the last stop. Welcome to Ashvale. And as you look over the city on a hill, it's a city built around what appears to be a volcanic crater in the ground. And ash is pouring out of the center of it. And it's a large circular city with walls that run along the whole outside. And towards the center, there's another wall separating the volcanic crater from the rest of the city. The crater is huge, probably 10, 15 miles long, and this entire city is built around it.
Does it look active?
It's pouring ash out.
Yeah, that's about as active as I ever seen a fucking damn volcano. Holy shit. I kind of stopped arguing with you, Kako, to like just stare in awe at this and be like, wow, that's dope. And then I was going to start muttering nonsense again.
Sarge says, used to be an old mining town. They used to dig
In
out...
a volcano?
Dwarves were ballsy people.
Damn, dude.
Digging out silver from an active volcano.
Listen, that's tough as shit. Your people always popping off.
Well, this is way cooler than Shalarim, which is just a dank, dark cave. This is fucking cool.
Yeah. I gave her a fist bump. We made it this far.
And Sarge says, speaking of making it this far, I have to admit something. While getting us here was my main objective, I had a secondary goal. I need to deliver something to someone here in the city, and I couldn't have done it without the three of you. If it weren't for you, I would have been lost when we were attacked by the bandits.
What do you have to deliver?
He pats his chest and says, I've been keeping it close, but I would like you to receive the credit for the delivery when we get there.
Okay.
Why?
Well,
It's a fucking bomb.
I was like,
Yeah.
is it a good kind of credit, or is it gonna look bad on my credit report?
No, it's good. This delivery is for a good cause, and I feel that the people we're delivering it for will reward you handsomely.
But what is it? I'm a curious cat.
Why don't we wait until we're safe within the walls before we discuss what it is?
Okay.
I feel like there'll be more listening ears and eyes in the walls than out here.
My contact is very secure.
Can I do an insight check to make
Yeah.
sure he's like telling the truth on all this?
Yeah.
He's telling the truth.
I just want to make sure, alright? I never know with Mike. 24.
Yes, he does appear to honestly want you to take credit for this delivery.
Okay, can't argue with that,
Appears
man.
to want you.
Most insights appear because it's what you perceive.
Before we go into the city, I want to wander off for a minute and just bury this scrap of armor I have with the Alorian insignia on it.
Yeah, you go and dispose of this Alorian
You had that the
scrap.
whole time? Like they could have been tracking us or something?
It's a scrap of armor. It's just a little piece like torn up.
You never know. They're
Also,
watching everywhere.
I'm not
Their
doing
eyes.
this in front of you guys.
They're looking. Their tentacles. They're watching.
It's like a scrap of armor this big, and then there's a tracking device this big with a big beak in it.
Isaac steps to the side and disappears for a minute, and you go and you dispose of this scrap of armor, leaving any Alorian influences behind as you make your way into the city. As you make your way into the city, it is packed with people. There are people set up in shanty towns on the streets. It appears as if there have been a lot of refugees from the north making their way into Torellia, and seeing as this is the closest city between the two borders, they've been setting up camp here.
What kind of people inhabit this town?
all kinds of people. There are dwarves, you can see tieflings, a lot of magically inclined races like elves. You can even see a couple of Goliaths walking around. It's a very diverse town.
Does it look like there's a lot of magic that goes on around here?
Especially right now, you can tell just by looking around that there's a lot of magic coming through here. As people, magically inclined people who were running away from the Inquisition in Alora have made their way to the city.
Nice.
This is the dopest town I've been to since I got here.
Here to Terelia, because this is the first town, or here to...
Like, to this plane.
Sarge leads you through the town, eventually to a secluded, almost back alley. There's not a lot of people, a couple drunks passed out in the corner. It's mostly empty compared to the rest of the town, where he leads you to a shop. And on the sign of this shop, it reads, "Gotta pull up my notes."
What a specific sign.
That sign says, "Gotta pull up my
I
notes."
should really change the name. Not very
like-
catchy.
Kind of
Yeah.
a mouthful.
Hey, come on, stop by. Gotta pull up my notes.
Hey, do you guys want to gotta pull up my notes this afternoon?
It's too much of a tongue twister, if I'm
Go
being
there for the
honest.
lunch.
And in the back corner of this dark alley is a shop called the Curio Cabinet. And he looks around before stepping inside, and as he opens the door, a little bell rings, and inside is a wonderful assortment of strange and unique items collected from all over the realms. Different artifacts, some real, others made up, otherwise mundane. And as you walk into the shop, a small furbolg woman steps out from a stack of books and says, "Oh, hey Duncan, I was expecting you like a week ago. What are you doing here now?"
Your name is Duncan?
"I told you not to call me that anymore. It's Sarge now. Got a lot of ghosts I'm trying to outrun."
Is Sarge even a sergeant, or did he just decide he wanted the name Sarge?
Look, I don't question you, you don't question me. The furbolg woman walks up to Sarge and greets him with a hug. "Oh, who are your friends? I wasn't told you were bringing company. It's nice to meet you. I'm Issa." She holds out her hand to shake yours.
Isaac takes her hand and shakes it.
Oh.
And says, "I'm Isaac."
"You have a lot of brightness in you."
Thank you.
"Yes, the light you carry is very warm."
Isaac doesn't know. I don't know how to respond to that, so he kind of sheepishly nods and walks away.
And she says, "I know you."
Yes, I'm quite famous.
"Yes, Kako Ikeo.
Yes.
I
See,
have
everybody.
some of your books
Holy
right
shit.
over here." And she goes over to the bookshelf, and it's under fiction, in quotes.
I lean
Not just
I lean
fiction,
over
but
to-
fiction in quotes.
I lean over to Isaac and I'm like, dude, I thought he was kind of making it up like this whole time.
I could have told you that.
Ma'am, I think I should let you know these are all technical manuals.
Oh, well, you see, I bought a ghoul scalp once for my rough elbows, and it didn't really work, so I kind of
Is Lessa with us still?
assumed that it was bullshit.
See, no, the issue is you have to have a zirconium pummel when you're grinding it, okay?
Oh, okay.
The little flakes of the metal will mix in there. And
She takes the stack of books off the shelf and puts them on the table. "I'll get that fixed right away then. I wouldn't want to mislead people."
there we go. Thank you very much. Go fuck all of you.
Are you saying that in character?
No, just in my mind, I look at all of you and I'm just like, you guys didn't believe me. Here we are.
Still don't believe you.
Pardon me,
Yeah, what's up?
are you from the Fae? You have
Yeah.
a very, I don't mean this in a wrong way, you have a scent about you that reminds me of the Fae.
No, that's honestly quite charming to say. And I kind of like lean back on the table looking like really fucked up because I'm still like, 10 HP. So it's
Oh,
like,
are you okay? Give me just a second. I've got something somewhere. She
but
begins to write it through drawers.
you're familiar with the Fae?
Oh, yes, I've been there many times to hunt artifacts and bring things back for my wonderful collection.
You haven't happened to meet anybody, any satyrs around here, have you?
Well, there was one, but he didn't stay for very long.
Do you remember his name?
Fern? Varn?
No, yeah, it's Vern.
Fern?
It's Vern, yeah.
Burn.
No, no.
V with a V.
Yeah, V.
Vern. No, yes, that was his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't stay long. He came in, he bought I don't even remember what he bought. And then he left town. I'm afraid you missed him.
Well, how long ago was it?
Oh, that would have been about 2 months ago.
Do you know which way he was heading?
No. But someone might. There's a lot of people in this town, and many of them pay more attention to people than I do. I'm much more of a collector of things. She gives you a smile.
While they're having this conversation, can I, like, without trying to be obvious about it, sniff Whizz to see what this scent is?
The scent is pot.
Make a perception check.
It's literally weed, my guy.
No.
Yeah, you give Whizz a big sniff, and you're not able to pick anything up from Whizz. Smells like Whizz.
Ew.
I'm out of this campaign. I'm out.
That's not what I meant.
No.
And Sarge kind of clears his throat. Says, I don't mean to interrupt, Issa, but we did have important business. Oh, right. The package. Did you bring the package? I was told in the correspondence that you would have a package for me. And he pulls a package out from underneath his arm. Yes, I brought it. It took a lot to get this to you. And from under his arm, he pulls out a small box wrapped in red cloth and tied shut with twine. And on the tie is what appears to be a small metal bird used as an insignia.
Shit. Where's that from?
Oh!
Oh, what the fuck?
Boise's
We
got
have actual
props.
props?
And as Issa unwraps the box slowly, there's a small chest inside the cloth. And she pops the latch open, and inside is a faintly glowing crystal.
What the heck?
It's about the size of a baseball, and it's glowing with a faint white light that almost seems to flicker and dim as you stare at it. And Issa looks at it and says, well, this is peculiar. I haven't seen one of these in a long time.
What is it?
Yeah, I'm sorry. What is this? It looks beautiful.
Well, they call it a fragment, a shard. It's some sort of otherworldly object that was used long before humanity was on this realm. But no one's ever had 2 shards in one place.
You have another shard?
No, I don't. This is the first one I've seen in a long time. I can see why the Phoenix was so interested in it, but I don't have anything to tell her. Do what you can and get back to her. We went through a lot of trouble getting this to you. If you could tell us anything, or if your observations bring up anything, please let us know. We need your help. She says, yeah, no, I will. If I come across any more shards or fragments, we'll see what happens when we put 2 of them together.
Who is this Phoenix person?
She is, I used to be part of an organization that doesn't really exist anymore. She is our arcanist, for lack of a better term. Studies magical artifacts for us. But she's in hiding right now, which is why I had to come here under secrecy.
What is it a shard of?
They call it a shard of Sildara, but that word doesn't mean anything to me.
Does that mean anything to somebody that speaks other languages?
No.
I speak a bunch of other languages, sir.
Yeah, listen, if it's primordial or Sylvan, then you can come
I was
to me.
going to say, you don't speak those. So.
Yeah. The 2 languages you don't speak, I speak. So
What languages do you speak?
Common and Draconic.
So this isn't any of our languages.
No.
As I kind of look at the crystal, is there anything I can decipher from what kind of magics it holds?
You stare at this crystal. There's something.
I go crazy.
There's something familiar about it, but you can't really place your finger on what it is.
I touch it.
It doesn't react to you.
Are we all just groping the fucking crystal?
Isaac, you've seen a crystal like this before. In flow.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
We just left one behind.
We just left one of these things behind?
Okay.
And as you examine it, it's letting off the same holy light that flows through your veins.
Can I scream?
What the fuck? Am I able to discern anything else about this?
Whatever it is, it gets its energy from a similar source to where your energy comes from. Other than you and Flo had that same connection and that the crystals look very similar, that's all you can tell.
I close the box and gently hand it back to...
Well, I'll let you know if I find anything about it. I do have money around, and she digs through drawers. It's here somewhere. Delivery fee and whatnot. And she reaches into a pouch, and she plops 300 gold pieces onto the table between you guys.
Whoa.
Damn.
Very important. Was told to reward anyone who helped, so we appreciate it.
I'm sorry. Were we delivering this to Phoenix or from Phoenix to you?
From Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
Well,
It's not like an actual Phoenix, is it?
No, it's a code
Phoenixes
name.
don't exist.
No, it's a code name.
Phoenix exists, don't they?
Kind of like Sarge is a code name. I mean, Sarge is his real name.
You're not very good at this, are you?
I like to talk to objects. I'm bad at talking to people.
Okay. Can you give me a code name?
Yes.
Smelly boy, right? 'Cause
Whoa, that's rude. It's a little self-depreciating, don't you think?
No, I've had voices like talking in my head for like the past 8 hours. It's been tough.
Yes, we need to find her a cleric. Yeah, a cleric.
I mean, if you're looking for a place to stay or a place to work, there's a tavern nearby. Houses a mercenary guild. It's called the Axe Rest. It's not too far from here. I'm sure Duncan will let you know where. I mean, I'm sure Sarge will let you know where it is. And he sighs. It's Sarge now.
Why don't you prefer Duncan?
It's just part of my past. I don't want to be associated with anymore.
I can respect it.
Let me know if you learn anything else. Yes, I'll be in touch, and I'll be in touch with the three of you as well if I find anything that might be able to help you.
Totally rad. Please hook me up if you see my boy Vern again.
It was Varn?
No. Here, I'm gonna tear off like a little piece of paper and write Vern.
Oh,
in big
yes,
letters
that-
and like underline it.
Objects, not people.
Wern.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Cool.
I kind of start walking away and like muttering. My eyes are really wide.
Cool. Hey, Lessa, would you mind going and checking out my selection of books here to see if they're missing anything?
Sure, I'll catch up with you at the Axe Rest later then.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be done here in a minute too. We can both go. Just give me a second, and I'm gonna take the lady aside.
Yes.
Be like, hey, look, do you have any information regarding ancient, powerful, weird water goddesses?
Oh, you have come to the right place, my friend.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yes,
okay.
I know all about all those ancient and weird. That's like my forte.
Cool. We need specifically some kind of possibly malevolent creature that wants to flood everybody.
Okay, yeah. That doesn't narrow it down a ton, but I can see what I can dig up.
Cool. I would appreciate you letting me know.
Is she high?
What?
Am I high?
No, I'm not high. This is just how I normally am.
She's a furbolg, you weirdo.
I am.
Stop being
I mean,
so sensitive.
I don't know. She just seemed like she talked like me. Is she from the Fae?
I've been to the Fae. I told you that.
yeah,
but
that's
no,
right.
I'm not from the Fae.
No, they like to live in the forests and don't talk to people very often. It's surprising that she even has a name.
Yeah,
Yeah, Lisa.
yeah. He's a furbolg.
I quit. I'm turning in. This is the second time I'm quitting tonight, but I really quit this time. It's over for me. I'm done.
Yes, I would very much appreciate it if you discreetly gave me any books regarding that.
Yes, I'll find what I can and I'll send it over to wherever you set up home.
Cool. Lessa, are they missing anything?
They're missing the appendices about dragon bladders and their use as herbal tea remedies.
Oh my
Shit, she's a fucking speed reader.
But it appears to be a mostly complete collection. A few odds and ends here that are out of place or out of date, but...
That's all right. I'm going to take out that dragon bladder appendices, put it down, just like, this is for you.
Oh, wow, a donation.
Thank you.
How kind.
I like you.
I also like you.
We're going to get along well, I promise.
Yes.
And Sarge leads you guys in the direction of the Axe Rests. It is a rowdy tavern by the time you guys get close to it. There are tons of people gathered outside and inside, and the sounds of music and drinking can be heard. Even a couple of fights are breaking out in the area. And as you walk through the doors, it is a large bar. There are several bartenders working behind it, and this room is packed with all sorts of rowdy mercenaries. You can see big Goliaths wielding warhammers. You can see tiefling rogues hiding in the corners and talking in edgy whispers to one another. You can see all variances of people and type gathered in this central hub for adventurers. And on the back wall of this tavern is what they call the trophy wall. And for the mercenary teams that take down the biggest and toughest jobs, you can see the heads of beasts mounted on the wall, ancient weapons collected from long desecrated tombs lining the walls, and each one has like a name and when it was collected on the back. And these are all used as bragging points in this bar. You can see a couple of people arguing over who had the bigger kill to take down the next one. And there's a woman behind the bar who's yelling, a dwarf woman, who's yelling at them to keep the racket down and not spill any more drinks. And as you walk into this bar, the dwarven woman looks you over and says, "So you're new lot then?"
Not new to this world, but yeah, new to here.
Do I have any trophies up there?
You haven't been here, but you can see like a few people looking at you and whispering as they've like noticed who you
Mr.
are.
Popular.
Notice me, senpai.
Oh, does your teacher have anything up there? Do we notice like
is there anything?
Friedenstifter?
Is there anything from Friedenstifter?
You take a look over the back wall, and yes, you do see Friedenstifter has a trophy on this back wall, and it's the head of what appears to be a large wormling, specifically like a green wormling, that is mounted to the wall, and you could see his signature style. He's driven the sword through the back of the neck and just left it. It's still embedded in the trophy.
I'm gonna lean over to Lester, just like, he told me about that when he came back from that. That was a pretty cool little story. I was 7. He tried to tell me about it.
Do I know who he is?
Yes, you do know who Kako is. The woman behind the bar says, "You're new blood then. Haven't seen you in this place before. That means you're here looking for work or you're looking for a handout."
I'd be looking for some rest right now. But yeah, maybe I'd be open to like some jobs.
All right. Well, I'll get you registered. That will get you at least a bed. It's not going to be the most comfortable place, but a place to lay your head, assuming no one's claimed it before you.
That would be like sick.
Registration fees are 10 gold per person, and you will need to come up with a name.
A name?
Yes. What are we going to call you?
Well, like the group, or each one of us individually?
Well, I assume you have names already.
Yes.
But I mean a name for the group.
I sidle up there with me.
You've decided to finally join a team, Rave.
They've finally decided to join my team.
Excuse me, madam. We will take your application at a later date. At the moment, we're trying to set up our arrangements here. Thank you.
All right, have fun. You see the trophies?
How many?
Yeah.
How many
See the
trophies?
basilisk?
Do it.
She points to a large basilisk, which has been on the wall for a little bit of time, but it's still an impressive kill and a nice trophy.
Is it bigger than my teacher's?
I mean, it's a bigger beast.
Whizz, what the hell is happening?
That's mine.
Neat.
I don't know.
So I'll
anything
take
this
your
world anymore.
application at a later date. But for now, you're on my team.
All right. So Rave and the three strangers.
Did we just get commandeered?
No.
Whoa.
I put down 10 gold.
Pause the podcast. I want to change our name to something dope.
That wasn't the name. I just don't know your name.
Yes. All right. Well, my name's Whizz.
Nice to meet you, Whizz.
Yeah. I don't know anything in this world. I never have.
I can tell just by looking at you. You're having trouble with reality.
My eye kind of twitches, and I'm just kind of like holding on to her, like grasping her.
And I don't need an introduction for you, Kako. I know who you are.
This is my protege, young Lessa.
Oh, well, sure. She's a little young for fighting, isn't she?
Whoa.
She looks like someone who would commonly be mistaken for a small child or something.
Well, I was a small child when I started. This is a grown person.
She literally tried to kill me today.
Yes, she almost killed a mind flare yesterday afternoon.
Mind flare.
Yes, she got
Quite
pretty
the tall
close.
tales you have there.
Quite.
Almost.
All right, Kako, Whizz, and your name? Did you forget it?
We're all
How
having a rough time
This is
today.
Ice Sack.
Ice Sack.
Yes.
That is a strange name, Ice Sack.
I thought so too.
That's not my name.
He must be from like far north. or
Is this one pulling a joke on me?
He usually does that. It's his thing.
No. That's his name, isn't
All
it?
right, then what's your name, son?
Let him come up with his name.
I've been calling him that for like a
You can
month.
tell
Yeah.
Isaac's,
I
he's,
understand.
he doesn't really know how to interact with the situation.
How do any of you survive?
I'm still alive,
How-
but I'm barely breathing. And I'm going to
How
start
were
like
you-
singing. I'm going to perform in the bar right now.
Yeah, so people are clapping for you as you play
Yes.
like your instrument. Like you've quickly like won people over with your songs.
I've made a terrible mistake.
Well, it's too late. It's in writing now. I just need a team name.
She just put mine blank.
Worst case scenario, if you can't remember what your name is, I'll call you Ice Sack.
Our team name is Akeo and Company.
It's like the paper like within reach.
Yes.
I gently take it and write my name on it.
Oh, Isaac. That's better than Ice Sack. I'll
That's
give
how
you
you
that.
pronounce it?
What's
I think
something
the
we all
Z
have
team.
in common?
Just need that team name and that 40 gold then.
I dropped the gold. Can we file for a team name tomorrow? We'll hand you a little slip of paper.
I'll give you the night with a bed. But if you don't have a team name, I can't register you and you can't stay here.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Who the fuck are you?
I'm Rave Maelstrom, the Beast Slayer.
Oh, I give you a little riff. Oh, damn, my guitar's gone.
Anyway,
Just steal somebody's. I'm sure there's so many.
so she looks human. She's 5'8", very muscular. And it's pretty clear she's a barbarian.
Strunk.
She's got freckles everywhere. She's got... Did I mention her muscles? She's got those, dude. She's blonde. And she's got these really pretty green eyes. Except they're wrong. There is no light reflecting off of them. They are totally dead eyes. Because she's not human, boys. She's a Kalashtar.
Kalashtar are beings who have had run-ins with spirits. They had something that happened to them that caused that spirit to grasp onto them and form a kind of symbiotic bond between them and their spirit.
Damn, I never knew that as a thing.
For those who played Dragon Age, think Justice.
That's dope.
Okay, that's pretty shit.
For the rest of the night, you spend your time drinking and sharing with the stories of the members of the bar, playing music or singing for...
I am playing music and singing for the people at the bar because my feature is all eyes on me, so I can use my interesting background to gain favor in the eyes of others. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of like introducing myself and like being like,
You guys have quickly become the talk of the town as you're an interesting group of people who've just showed up claiming to have killed a mind flayer with no evidence.
I don't believe you guys.
we have evidence.
Oh yeah, you're eternally
also
mentally scarred.
I'm
I've
also
never seen
super
anything
intimidated
like it
by you and
before.
still really wary of the fact that you just up and picked us up.
I
Really suspicious and
consider you like my new best friend.